obviously leading the team in tackles, but you're in that box, man. You're making plays. It's physical in there. Talk about getting in there with the big uglies in there, making it happen.
Oh man, it's a little foggy in there, man. But once you see through the fog, man, and you see the ball carrier, man, it's hunt and go get it, man. Yeah. So just preaching, making tackle, come up with a body part, flying around, and think this is how I play. I think fast and I just react. I think less, so I just react. So I think that's been my motto going into this year, just to play fast and think less.
One of the best players to play your spot in the USC uniforms, a guy we cross paths with a bunch, Sua Cravens.
Oh my God.
And I remember when I was his roommate freshman year, he always would he'd always be like, no, I'm a safety. I'm not a linebacker. I'm a safety. I'll do this whole in the box thing, but I'm a safety.
No, fact.
And it feels like now the narrative around the nickel's switched where you can make an argument that's the most important position on the defense and whatnot. Where do you net out on being like a box safety and being a guy that's not more of a run game guy, but that being a big part of your game?
Well, I try to work on both. I try to work on both, and it depends on game plan wise. If we got a run heavy team, just to be more efficient in my run fits and my tracking and all that type of stuff, and make sure to not run past the ball, leverage. That all plays a big part. And then receiver wise, you always got to be ready to cover guys and to be ready to flip hips and get open, watch the quarterback's eyes. So just always to be cognizant of that. Can't be too focused on the run fit. Always got to be cognizant of the pass fit. Whatever's in front of me, something's behind me. So just always to think about the little things like that can help my game.
That was an emotional win on Saturday night. I talked to Kalen right on the field after it. What was your takeaway from that game?
Oh man, it was probably the longest game I've ever played. I'd honestly say 3 overtimes. Kind of got lost with the rule count and what kind of had to transpire. But once we had one plays, it kind of went back to practice, man. Wednesday practice we have, we preach. The longer we go, the better we get. So just embracing the struggle, man. I think we found our true identity within ourselves as we got later into the game. Guys started to realize, it's us. Like when we make a stop, get off the field, game over. So having that power and that confidence, going in and out, day in and day out, that we work for it, and we're building a conference over the week, man. So just every week, just getting better and getting better. That's it.
Yeah, the identity of this football team the last year and a half or so has been offense, right? And everyone looks at USC and thinks offense, but on Saturday, I thought this defense really took strides. I don't think you guys came out with the right energy, maybe, but once it starts turning, like you said, in that second half, you put the onus on you guys. And you guys really made the plays to allow the offense to get out there and get the stops that you needed. What's it like as a defense when you can do those kind of things, and you can point to those things like, hey, this is not just an offense team. We can lead this thing as a defense.
It's motivation, man. It's motivation, and it's a testimony to hard work. Guys like Mason coming to the huddle, telling us, we could do it, man. Linemen, one extra step, man, get to the quarterback. The back end got you. Just a little motivation, things like that in the moment, in the heat of the battle, to where, people, our teammates need that, try to huffing and puffing. I got your back, man. Just the motivational speeches like that, and just finding the confidence in it, man, knowing that, coming up when we make plays and coming up short and stuff like that, it's okay. Just knowing that, next play mentality, and just having the people out there that, all 11 on the same page, I think that's ultimately been helping us.
You're probably the one dude on this team that has to make the biggest mental shift going from covering Jacob Cowing in Arizona, one of the best little receivers in the country, to now Notre Dame, where it's tight ends and it's, just a totally different responsibility for you week in to week out. How do you approach that mindset shift? And I guess how big of a difference is that for week from last week to this week? I
think, Notre Dame's a really good team, big body guys, tight ends. They want to get their hands on you, be physical. So coming in out with that mindset, I got to come with my helmet strapped up, ready to go, man. I think that's the mindset. Just ready to go, man. Ready to set vital leverages, man, make plays. That's it.
Love it. You're listening to Jalen Smith on Trojans Live. Jalen, I didn't realize this, but your first career start came 2 years ago at Notre Dame. Yes, Starts are weird in football.
Such a nickel position. You don't know if you're base, nickel, or goal line.
The personnel on the field, it could be anyone in terms of who's actually out there first, but your official start came at Notre Dame. But it means that you had experience playing in that atmosphere. What do you take from that 2 years later? What do you tell your teammates that haven't been if they ask you what it's like?
Oh, man, it's a different experience, man. It's different, but it's so loud, and it's so spacious, but it's a great environment, man. You're gonna love to play there. I mean, my first start there, man, I was a little nervous, going out there. But overall, man, when I made my first tackle, I'm like, oh, it's just football, man. We back to high school days, man. So just take it day by day, one play at a time, man. We gonna be good.
All right, well, we can't wait to see you out there on Saturday night. USC looking for its first win in South Bend since 2011. So it's been a little bit too long here for the Trojans. It's time to go into Notre Dame and get a dub. We'll see if they can do it.